Hello. This is Ellen Campbell with Campbell's Creations, and welcome to my live. Mm. I'm getting some of my work. This one of these large dresses y'all haven't seen. This a crochet bed doll, which is, I call it like a big pillow bed doll dress. I made this, I designed it myself, and I'm starting off showing y'all that because it's in my container with my quilts and my quilt tops, and I just want to get them where I can access them. I put it close to me. I will be sharing these items with y'all. Ooh, this come unfolded. And I got them in a special container. So I ain't got to have them all out at one time, but I do want to share these items with y'all. Let me see, can I pull this up while I'm here? Oh, nice. I like the picture. Oh, nice. I like the picture. Turn that volume down. All right. That way I can see the comments when they come in. I don't like to miss anyone. And I guess I'm going to start with my pillows. Okay. I'm still sewing and working on different pillows with, let me set this up here if I can get it a little higher. There we go. Okay. I had a shipment to come in too that I'm using, but this is the set that I've been showing y'all how I make the ruffle with, and this is the black and white set with the Betty Boop, Harley Davidson Betty Boop, and it's made out of a satin, all satin. See the back satin, this satin. I haven't stuffed it, but I did complete this one. And I have to make the second one. But before I continue on to make the second one, I have to make a second set of the ruffles. And I have some ruffle here left for that. And I have to also add on a little bit extra, and then it will be enough what I need. But I'm not finna work on this one today. I did want to show it to y'all because I'm kind of doing something like a show and tell today, trying to take it a little easy on myself. I've been in a lot of pain and stuff, and this pain ain't no joke. It's not a joke at all. In the shipment that I received, is here. Okay. I received a package of iron-on sheets I ordered from Amazon, and I already printed them up, and I ordered a huge pack with about 40 different sheets in there, and I have printed all 40 sheets. And I also ordered me this little box where you see it said the Teflon sheets. What you do is you use these to iron. They come in a package with 2. I haven't even taken it out. But they come in a package with 2 in the package. And I'm only going to use 1 because, as I showed y'all, I was using my sheets where I put the wet sides on the facing of my prints and then iron them. But I can do both, use that and this. But I think this will be a lot better because it's like non-stick. And it will make shirts. It will make quilts. It'll make pillows. Whatever your heart desire to make out of it, it'll do it. My other block here to the other pillar is there. But I'm going to sew these here because, as I told y'all, I received a shipment and I got a friend that likes Winnie the Pooh. And I'm going to make her a set of Winnie the Pooh pillows. But I'm making them from some of this zebra print fabric that I received. Now, this fabric here is cotton. It's a different kind of cotton. It's not 100% cotton. It's made with something else because it seems it's cotton, but it feels like a little knit-like. But this is what I'm working on, and I have a stack of them here. I already cut and ready, need to be sewn. And I'm just going to jump right on in and sew a little bit. Then I will go and show y'all some of my quilts that I have done. And I have one of them I made on my domestic machine. I have made a bunch of them on my domestic machine, but I just recently started using my Qnique. I'm saying Qnique and Cutie. Lord, they is together. I'm using the Cutie frame with the Qnique 15R quilting machine now. And I've been in so much pain, y'all. I ain't been able to sew like I wanted to sew. And this pain ain't no joke. I just keep praying and talking to the Lord. Break every chain, break every curse that come upon me. You know, every curse anybody try to send my way, I pray that he break it. Bind it up, cast it into the lake of fire to be forever destroyed. And if they fix it where it can't be destroyed, I ask him just return it to them. The sender of it. Because only evil folks, evil-minded folks, evil-thinking folks do stuff like that. Want to hurt somebody. And yes, I say it. And I believe it because as well as if there's good in the world, there's evil also in the world. To truly believe, you have to know that it's both. So, yeah, you got to pray to break them chains. Come against it. This fabric sews very well too. I like it. I'm doing my corners. I don't know why I'm locking in my stitch on the corner, but I'm enjoying it. And I took off my bandage on my hand. This finger here is still a bit swollen throughout this joint. You might can see some swelling here, but it's swollen. And my shoulder, I bust my shoulder when I fell. I fell down. And I also hurt this one a little bit, but I'm scheduled to go see a specialist. I think this coming Monday, and I will know more and go from there with that specialist. Now, I don't know how they repair different stuff when you mess up your shoulders and joints and stuff like that, but I'm praying I don't have to have surgery. If I can get around without having surgery, I might be all right. And I can go ahead and sew these pillow casings or I'm going to call it pillow casing. Go ahead and just sew them on up. And by me using a cotton fabric, I'm going to go back and do my iron-ons later. Let me see where I start. Okay. I'm going to sew a little bit more because I don't need a great big old hole to stuff it. This make me think about my mom, y'all. My mom used to love stuffing all of my pillows And I didn't quite understand, you know, why she likes stuffing pillows. I understand now. It's fun. When your body has taken on so much and you pretty much feel like, look, this all I can do, this all I can take for now. Yeah, stuffing pillows become fun. My mama was a hard-working woman. She worked in the fields most of her life. They lived and was raised on plantations. So a lot of people that watch this video may know exactly what I'm talking about. My mama, my grandmama, all of them was raised on a plantation. And during that process, you know, you have to learn to do stuff for yourself. You have to learn how to do things, or you would get some, we call them indecent proposals. And a lot of people have felt, you know, short and wind up, you know, in a situation due from an indecent proposition. And when you raise seeing these things, you come up and you see them, you see it and you know what it is, you know. Little children ain't stupid. They not dumb. They see stuff and they know stuff and they hear stuff. But they don't never say nothing because they was raised up. Keep your mouth closed, mind your own business, and don't be out begging. And that just bring back memories to me. You see stuff, you know stuff, but you can't say a thing. And by me growing up seeing that, knowing that, I used to pray and talk to the Lord then, even as a young child. I tell him, Lord, don't let me get trapped into this situation. Don't let me have nothing to do with anything like that. Sometimes we fall short, but the glory of God is even stronger than our fall. Hello, the Confident Quilters, Gladys Paul. How you doing? I'm so glad you could join me. She said, hello, Ellen. I don't see why I'm not getting it on. Oh, yes, I am. It's at the bottom. I'm sorry. Let me see who else I got. I can't pronounce your name. Caswell. La Keelan. Caswell, welcome, 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 and hello. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but I want to say hello and welcome, and thank you for joining me for this live. I've been just going through a lot, y'all. But y'all know I love what I do. I love this sewing, and I love to talk about quilt, just like I love talking about Jesus, y'all. I sure do. I don't mind telling nobody about the goodness of the Lord. Hello, Eric. Hello. It said, what a beautiful lady. I could listen to you talk all day long. You're elegant, and I love that you're sewing. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Welcome in. I'm glad y'all can join me for a little while today to sew. And y'all notice I sewed this pillowcase, and I trimmed my corners down real low. I kind of went round on the curve on it, but I got it where I can just turn it. And once I get it turned all out, I mean, you can do this with any kind of fabric. The cotton fabric, you can even do it with knit fabric. But if you're going to use a knit fabric or a silk fabric or something, you have to adjust your temperature on your iron and pretty much know a lot about what you're doing. Okay, see how I make that little case right there? And on this one, I didn't poke out the corners yet, but I have a They give you one of these little stuffers come in your, if you get the box of polyfill, they give you one of these for free. And you can just open it up and kind of push out your corners with that. But where I'm going with this is, what did I do with my prints? Wait a minute. I done showed y'all what I was working on now and then laid it aside. Here it is. And I'm making the Winnie the Pooh to go on my pillows here. And it was a minute. Oh, it blacked out. Come on back now. I'm gonna have to restart this. Oh, come on back. Come on back. There we go. Sorry about that. My signal jumped out or something, but it gonna go a little something like this. If you can see that pretty good, it's a small pillow, and I'm doing them in a set where it'll be 2 each. But when I take this over to my iron, I'm gonna turn my steam on, and then I'm gonna press this. The reason for this, I don't want to pull it or stretch it, but when I press it, this seam here will automatically press these edges inward. So when I close up my hold, it'll be already seamed up and ready to go like that. It'll be an even edge. And this is what I'm working on. I'm just going to keep these here together. And I have one more here to do to finish this off. She don't know I'm making them, but I know she like Winnie the Pooh, because I asked her, girl, what's your favorite cartoon character? She said Winnie the Pooh. I didn't tell her for what. I said, oh, Winnie the Pooh. I like Winnie the Pooh too, and his team. He have a little group, Eeyore and a Piglet. Who else that is? Eeyore, Piglet, and Tigger. Tigger, yeah, I forgot about Tigger almost. And this is just how a simple way to make pillows. You can call them decor pillows, but I just call them birthday gifts or a friendly gift, period. You have little children that love Spider-Man and the Hulk and Paw Patrol. Did I say Paw Patrol? Paw Patrol. Little children love them some Paw Patrol. And the reason I know, I have 2 grandsons that love Paw Patrol and PJ Maxx. Woo-wee. I got some of those printed out too. But I don't know why I decided to make pillows. I be making so much different stuff till I'm just making it and gonna bless my friends with some pillows. Let me check. Hello, Mona did what? It says, oh, cute. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome in, Mona did what. I'm so glad to have you in chat today. I love talking to my friends and being able to sew some. Because I tell y'all, whatever going on with this body, when that pain hit, it ain't no joke. It's no joke. I'm struggling to use my hand now. But I'm going to use it. I'm going to get it done because I desire to see this done. And I love what I do. I like making stuff like this. I have plans to make some, make either sew some pads or crochet some pads I want to make some homeless now. And who knows? I hope I don't, but I feel like I ain't no and I'm doing a lock stitch on my corners. It's not a normal way to stitch. Mm. And I'm still gonna be doing my ruler base quilting. I have a ruler base for my Qnique over there, and I gotta get it on the frame. I haven't even opened it, took it out the box yet because my oh my goodness. I done lost signal again. I don't know if y'all can see me. Let me see. Come on now. Nope. Some no sound. Got no sound. I hear you just fine. Oh, thank you, Mona. My internet done froze or something. Let me see. Can I? There you go. I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me now? Let me see. Can you hear me now? Let me see. Can you hear me now? Okay, I can. It got volume. My internet keep popping in and out. I do apologize. Um. My internet keep popping in and out. I do apologize. Okay. Well, I done lost my thought. I was talking about my machine sewing and quilting, how I love using rulers to quilt with. Since I discovered that, that has been like the best thing I could do for myself. And then, y'all, you know, when you ruler quilting and you learn about these different rulers and stuff, and then you go to researching, looking for them to find out about them, a lot of those rulers are very expensive. So I discovered Timu. Yeah, Timu helps you to get what you want, get started. I have a stack of rulers I got from Timu. They delicate and you have to, be careful with them. Oh my word. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop my stitching here because some of it didn't come together. See that didn't come together? And I'm showing y'all this because this is a boo-boo, but watch how I fix this boo-boo. Okay. I reinforce my stitches when I stop, and I leave about, since my hand's bad, I leave a larger size opening, and Go ahead and reinforce, because when you're trying to stuff it and you're pulling and stretching, you want to make sure you get it done. You don't want to leave no hole or opening like that, because once I turn it, I showed y'all that I'm going to be ironing the whole thing down. And I lined it up so my needle will meet with the seam that did so. All right, and I cut my thread. Okay. I had to meet this seam corner here back. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm trying to show you. I joined it in. When you gotta meet it like that to make your threads line up, you watch your needle, not your presser foot. Watch your needle so your needle will fall in line with your thread line and everything will blend in. So here I go. I start here, trim some away, trim the corner away, and I get a little bit more, which make it like a rounded edge. Can you see that? Then I come to the next corner, trim it off. You gotta be careful, don't cut through your thread. I mean, if the seam ain't that big, you don't have to trim. But I like to trim mine low anyway, so my corners will push completely out. That's just a bulky corner there. So I got them trimmed. One more to go. I trim it off on an angle like, so this corner will be round and won't have a bulk, big bulk. And I save my scraps. Now, I can show you what I can do with those scraps. But I've been saving scraps for years, y'all. Now has come up on the time where I'm ready to do some mats for the homeless. And I really do mean I want to do mats for the homeless. Because even if they sleeping in a tent, that ground is still cold. And you don't know if they 60 years old, 30 years old, or even 80 years old. You want to put your heart in the best place and do what you can for somebody else. I can't say what nobody else will do, but I know what I can do. And I'm already connected with the home something association here. Homemakers, that's it. I'm with the Homemakers Association here in the state of Indiana. And I love what they do. They do a lot to help the homeless here. A lot of the sisters make quilts. Some of them like to paint. And that's one of the things I like to get into too, painting, because I have painted blocks for quilts before with acrylic paint. Just paint your fabric. Let it dry. Let it season. And put it in a quilt. Now look at that. I gotta go back and get that corner. I pushed my corner out, y'all. Can you see that? The little fuzzy. I'm gonna go back and I better fix it now. And then I can show y'all some of my quilts I have over here. I don't know how many of y'all know this, but for the new people that I have watching my videos and stuff, I have a severe case of sciatica. Sciatica nerve pain and aches and stuff like that. It hurts so bad. So if anybody have that, I know what they dealing with. I know what they really are going through. Since I poked that out, now I wanna this is why I be double sewing my corners. All I do is reverse the stitch, and it kind of helps me with when I'm poking out my corners. I don't push through too fast. I couldn't figure out why I was doing it at first, but now it just come back to me. So I'm not gonna push it too hard, but to make sure I get it out there. And then this side seam get pressed when I go press them all, where all the seams will line up like that, and I can just press it flat and have a smooth seam across. And this gonna be my other Winnie the Pooh pillow, but I like my openings to be on the bottom of my pillow, so I just lay it out like that, and this is the results. Can you? It gonna be like this on the pillows. Okay, I'm gonna lay this aside. So now, let me show y'all some of the pillows I have made. I have 3 up here, and I have made all 3 of these quilts on my domestic home sewing machine. I'm sewing on a Juki 2000 QL, and I've been having this sewing machine for over 10 years now, and it's a beast. All you have to do is keep it clean, keep it oiled, and please cover it up. Cover it up. If you don't have a machine cover, just use some fabric or something. Cover it up to keep the dust out of it. I've been having issues with dust getting on my machine. And when it get on it, it have dust. I can look and see on it, and I don't like that at all. But they are great machines. When you see people talking about a Juki machine, they are absolutely superb. That's like driving a Mercedes Benz over a Toyota. Okay, the first quilt I have up here, I don't say none of my work is perfect, y'all, because ain't nobody perfect. In quilting, we just call it beautiful mistakes and wonderful design. But I made my own labels. See the labels here? I make my own quilt labels, and I put them on here. I print them myself, and you can also put a layer of coating over it. And this one I have washed one time, and to see how it was gonna come out, y'all. And these are, where's the top? That's the bottom. I'm going to be struggling to handle this, y'all, because my hand is kind of messed up. This is the top, and I call this quilt Love in Paris, because it got a lot of Paris theme going on here. And I use the stipler design on it. Yeah, let me see. Can you see it if I get a little closer? See the stipples? And I did this on my domestic sewing machine. You can see the little quilting loops in there. And once I started sewing, y'all, it was so contagious. I really, really love what I do. It just my time and season to where I have health issues, and I got to learn to deal with them a little better. I got to learn to manage my health better. I have to make sure I walk and make sure I can go swimming or whatever it is that I do to get that little exercise in, the extra work for my health. And while I'm talking about health, I'm also going to be sharing with y'all some products that I will be bringing forward soon. Uh, oh, let me lay this over here. This is one I forgot to show y'all that I completed. This is one I really forgot to show y'all. This is the little baby quilt I done on the Qnique machine. And I finished it. I bind it. And I bind it. My binding, I'm not going to say they perfect, but I binded it. It got it. I have not ironed the edges, but this is it. And the back I did with a flower design, but it looked like an orange and green and purple, but this is the back. I'm all out of the camera. I apologize for that, but this is the back of this quilt, and I did finish it. I just hadn't put my label on it. And I'm not done because I thought about doing an iron-on label like the t-shirts. You know how when you get a t-shirt made and they iron on your picture like this? I wanted to do a label like that, to iron on, to see what the color lasts and stay in there a little longer. So I'm still working on that label. And the next one I have here, these quilts are heavy too. I forgot to mention to everybody that I love making heavy quilts. I'm old school. I was raised making quilts, y'all, that was so heavy. I got that from mom. She used to make quilts that was so heavy. I call them a fever buster. You get sick, you get under one of her quilts, that fever is bound to break. And it do break. So this is the Coats quilt I made about the Indiana Coats footballers. And I finished this one, and I have not put the label on it yet as well. But this is the one I did with my machine. I'm not going to pull this thread here. I'm trim it off. But I used the wishbone stitching pattern to do this one, but I used the large wishbones. I don't know how would it show up, but I wanted you to get a close view. And it's not perfect, but when you learning something new, you got to come out your comfort zone. You got to be willing to take that step forward to try. That's what I tell everybody, you know. If you want to try, you want to learn this, just try it. So this fits a king size bed. It been bounded with black and white, with a black and white bounding area, and it have the stars, like a beige and blue stars on the beige backing. And I'm showing y'all this today to talk, you know, to let y'all know don't be afraid to try new and different things. And I have another one I'm going to be working on, but let me show you this other quilt before I go on. All right. Everybody that was with me when I was quilting on this one might remember. This is the quilt I use my rulers on. And it's not perfect, but it's perfect for me. And I did a feather design all over. I kind of designed it myself per block. And I used burgundy on my binding edge. And I like it. I really like it. It ain't all perfect. But you know what? I did what I sought out to do. To get an extra quilt completed and to try out my feather designs. I'm sorry I'm missing y'all comments. Let me see, can I catch up right quick? Okay, I lost my signal, got it back. Good afternoon, hello. Oh, I can't see your name. Ara Rizza. Hi, June Hanson. She said, hi, Miss Ellen. Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome. Welcome in, welcome in. Hi, Connie. She said, how many sewing machines do you have and use? Connie, I lost count. I have over 10, I know, but I don't use all 10. I have one I just got cleaned up and ready to go, and I haven't used it not once. And that's that black senior I might have shared in a photo here on YouTube. And I love those black senior sewing machines. They just got a spot in my heart that I will not let go. When I first learned to sew on a machine, that was the kind of machine, the black senior sewing machine, that was the kind of machine I started sewing on. And I love them. I love them. Sometimes you have to do manual sewing on them, or you have to find different, what you call those attachments that go with it. And sometimes you'll get lucky and find one. But I love those machines. I really do. That's all I can say. I love those. And before I move on, I did this one in gray backing. And it's a queen size quilt, I think. It's queen. I've been doing mostly all big, large quilts. And, ooh, it's heavy. It's very kind of heavy, y'all. Let me show y'all this one last quilt. And then I have some tops I have done, but I don't think I got enough energy to pull out all of those to show to y'all. But that's why I want to do this live, so I could share it with y'all. Okay. As many as my friends and stuff know, this is my applique quilt called Dancing Ladies. I made the quilt, and if you know Tucker Nance did the quilting for me. He asked me, you know, how would I like it done, and I kind of described to him what I wanted, and he hit the nail right on the head, y'all. I can't hold the whole thing up. It's not as heavy as the rest of them, but This is my applique dance lady quilt with all three of the ladies. I've created the pattern from a small photo myself. And look at his quilting, y'all. His quilting is beautiful and small, custom did, and I love it. I went on and attached a hanger to the back where I can hang it and display it, but I took my time and I hand stitched those on here. I guess if I can stand back a little bit more, you might see more of the quilt. I can't hold it up too long because my shoulders are hurting, and my doctor told me just be careful they don't lock up on me. So I'm praying they don't lock up on me. And I'm trying to keep this up off the floor. These quilts like this is very fun to make. I love to make them. I have a few more patterns that I done to make different quilts and stuff with. I had planned to do a sew along or something and never got around to it. And I was trying to get my patterns done, designed, and printed with this company. This company was going to do my prints for me, and I have put it on pause because it takes a lot of energy and strength to get this stuff done, and my health at the moment is not of the best. So, and the ones that missed this or did not see this, this is one of my big crochet pillow bed dolls outfit that I have designed it. I have sold many of these. If you can see it from the bottom, and it sits in your bed like this with your big doll in it. And I also have the rest of items kind of inside the pillow. I have the little shirt and the hats and stuff go in here. I just store it in here and keep it in here. And I have a black and white one of these made. I have a lavender and white one made. And I have this mixed pink one. And the rest of them that I have ever made and crocheted, already sold and gone. I started this when I was living in Mississippi, and the orchestrator with Friends of Mississippi kind of helped me out, and a lot of them were sold through the Friends of Mississippi, the Head Start schooling program system. The person just was helping me out because he hadn't seen anything like that before. And I had made it on such a large scale. And when I was making so many of those, I was going through a lot at that time because I found myself one while I was just living in the hospital, and I was in the hospital with my mother. My mother was sick at that time, and she was alive at that time, and I would sleep on the sofa, the chair that they had in the room with my mother, and my daytime, I would spend my daytime crocheting because I may not have got good sleep during the night because, you know, the nurses and the doctors are in and out all night long. And my mother was a diabetic, and she had went through a few debridement and wound cleaning sessions and stuff like that, and I wanted to be there with her. I wanted her to know she's not alone. I'm here with you. And At the time, I could do it because my children was big enough to cook something on the stove themselves, or my husband was there with my children, and they it was okay, okay? It was okay. We was all working it out together, and I just stuck with my mama until she passed away. Um, I love my mama. I miss my mama, but you know what? God do not make no mistake. And they cannot go home unless and God called them home. Okay? I know that much to know that he don't make no mistake. And some people would say, well, God didn't kill your mama. God didn't take your mama. You know what? I'm not saying what God did and what he won't do, because every plan that he have set, it go forward. Whether he says, I'm going to step back and let Satan come in because that person won't listen to me, that's a part of God's plan still. He stepped back, Satan going to go in and do his damage. And I try to explain it to a lot of people. God is a good God. If you're not going to hear him and listen to him and be obedient, then he will step back. And when he steps back, that means you're not in his favor for that moment. I want to stay in his favor. I want to stay in his presence. And I don't ever in my life want to pray and ask him to bless me with something. A lot of people ask him to bless them financially. Bless me with a car. Bless me with a house. No, Lord, you bless me with what you have for me. Bless me with what you got for me. Because when he give me what he got for me, then I know I got 1,000 times over of what I was going to ask for. Because he know my every needs and he know my every wants. So when I ask him to bless me with what he have for me, he going to take care of all of that in the whole circle together. I can't even see my little writing on the screen, y'all. Let me, okay. Eric says, there's absolutely beautiful. I recently got into sewing at the age of 50. Is that right? And plan on selling a whole bunch. I went out and bought an, what that is? Industrial Senior. Ooh. I likes that. That's what's up, Eric. That's good news. Eric also says a 78.3 senior. I can't make that out. All rebuilt. Didn't work when I bought it. You know what? The senior I bought, it was working when I bought it, but I took it into the shop anyway to get them to clean it up, tidy it up, you know, make sure the wires and stuff is all good and not crossed up and stuff, and get it to working for me. And it worked. It sews like a, oh, it is a sewing machine. So I can't use the word it sews like a sewing machine, but it do sews very, very, very well. It's absolutely beautiful. That's awesome. Eric says, hopefully you see this. Do you have a video on what to do with all the extra cloth that the problem I have, you know, in the throw to the machine? I don't quite understand what I read right there. Let me see. It said, hopefully you see this. Do you have a video on what to do with all the extra cloth that the problem I have, you know, in the throw to the machine? I don't quite understand what you asking, Eric, on that one. Can you explain a little bit more detail, please? Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Hi, divine truth. Peace. Peace we be with you as well. Thank you. And welcome, welcome, welcome. June says, your quilts are very pretty. So is your doll skirt. Thank you. Eric says, the extra cloth, the bunches in the sewing machine. Oh, okay. You talking about the length and stuff that get down in the machine? Sometimes fabric do clogs up into your sewing machine, but when you finish a project, you get your brush. Let me see. What they call that? A nylon bristle brush? I don't even see mine, y'all. You get your nylon bristle brush or just take a regular paint brush and you get in there and brush your machine out. Brush it and clean it out. And if you need to, take a damp cloth or a face cloth and clean your brush on that face cloth and go back in there, finish clean it out. Very, very good. That's after each project. Clean it out real good, and then once you get it cleaned out, take another brush and you can dip a little oil, machine oil on that brush and go back in there and rub that machine with a little oil, and that brush will help you not to put too much in there. So while you're brushing on it, you just giving it just enough that it needs. It'll help it stay clean. You'll get a little less length and stuff captured in there, but it'll work. Some machines requires the bristles, the nylon bristle brushes, which you can use something like the there's mine. And you see it got a little fuzzy on the end. It got a little fuzzy on the end, but what I do is I keep it here on my sewing station. Whoa. Okay, I should have let it go. I done dumped everything out now. But you can take you a napkin, and I mostly take me a napkin and just pull that extra lint out and rub it like this to clean my brush. Sometimes you have to clean these little cleaning brushes. Clean them up, get everything out of them. If you can't get it all out, get you a little bowl of hot water, mix some soap and maybe a drop of bleach or something in there that'll help break oil extra, and let it set in it. Just drop it in there and let it set a little while. It'll clean it out. I done turn over my little box here. I'm going to leave it alone because I'm going to knock something else down. Eric, extra cloth bunches in the sewing machine. You have to keep that cleaned out all the time, all the time. Eric said, how do you deal with the extra fabric in the throat? Yeah, I'm trying to use my hand here, and I got this finger mixed up, so I can't close my hand all the way on this side. But I rolls my quilt in a log from top to bottom. I don't do it crossways, the quilt. I roll it from top to bottom, either to the right or either to the left. And when I put it into the machine, I just start with my first block on this side and slide the roll through, just like if I was on a quilting machine. You have to visualize yourself on a quilting machine. And, you know, I have rolled my quilt from, the best way I learned to do it is instead of rolling it like what I just told you, if it's in squares in a block like one of the quilts I showed y'all I made, you can lay it out over the bed, I even have a video on how you can baste it while it's on the bed, hand baste it with needle and thread. And you can roll your quilt from the foot, the bottom of the bed, the foot of the bed, roll it up till about maybe a little over halfway. Then you can start with your first block. You can just I turns it on the angle so my log be on the outside. My log be out on the outside and my block be here under the needle. And I recently started doing that because it is a drag problem when you got that big log in your machine and you push it through your hole and all the weight wind up on that side, other side of your sewing machine. Now you can use stuff to kind of hold it up, like an extra table or something. I mean, an extra table would be grand. But rolling it from the foot of the bed up into that log, and then when I get ready to start, I turn my quilt where I can start with the log on the outside and the first block under my needle. And then I will quilt this whole block up before I go to the next block. And then if I have like a stripping area, like where I want a different design in that stripping section, when you put a little strip in there to put them together, I just skip that part till I'm done with the whole quilt. Now that might not be the best idea, but that works for me. I skip it, and if I'm doing a flat out stipple design like how I showed y'all I did the big quilts with the wishbone pattern, then I just continue to go from edge to edge. I have a video where I think I showed that I go from edge to edge, sewing and quilting on the quilt, and I put the top part in first, and I keep working my way down until I reach the bottom of the quilt. And that works for me. You could learn to do the wishbone like that. I even teach where you can take markers, chalk pencils, or chalk, regular chalk itself. You can even take a real pencil, like this, a pencil, and kind of lightly draw your designs on certain quilts. And I had to do that at certain points where I do this, draw it on, but I like to use chalk mostly. And I got something else I use. It's the disappearing ink. I get the washable disappearing ink markers, and I lay my rulers where I wanted to line up, and I would go ahead on and design my first blocks. I would go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. If I got it 4 across, if it was a big quilt, I'll go ahead and design them 4. Then I'll stop and take a break. I'll go ahead and design out the next rows of block for if I'm sewing the next day. If I'm sewing continuously, that's what I will do continuously until I'm done with that quilt. I done missed a lot. Let's see. Eric says the extra cloth. Okay, I got that. How do you deal with the extra fabric in the throat of the machine? That's exactly what I was just talking about this time, Eric. How I deal with the extra cloth and the weight from the drag. Remember me mentioned to you about the drag of the weight on it, how you pulling and struggling to get that quilt done. If you can eliminate that drag, you will get more done. And you can take something like a shower curtain rod, and you can run you a piece of rope in your ceiling where you're working at, Like use a couple plant pot holders, screw things you put in your sealer, and hook you some rope and put that curtain rod up there and let that curtain rod hold your drag, that weight drag. If it hold for you and work like that, then you can manage, you can free motion, do your hands like this and get the job done, because that drag is not pulling on you while you trying to quilt. I experienced that, but that would help as well. You don't have to necessarily do what I described. You can just figure out a way to put something up that'll help you with that drag. It'll take you a long way. Um, Eric says, yes, yes, yes. Eric said, I'm subscribing. Yeah, I think you could help me in my endeavors to sew. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Eric says, you absolutely answered that. Thank you very much. I subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate it. And please share my channel. Someone else might be looking for tips and helps to get things done. And you know, I mentioned to you, we are quilters here. And I'm going to use this cup. This is not the kind of cup I use, but y'all know they got some cups out where they design cups like this with that little round hole in the center. I have sewn where I take the cup like this with the lid and put my large spool of thread. Let me show you this one then. You see this cone of thread? I put it off inside the cup, and I thread my thread up through the mouth hole of the cup, and I set it on the table behind my machine for my machine to feed off continuous thread, or I will pop in a larger spool. This is a spool of blue thread that I pops inside my cone to make it fit on top of my sewing machine. And it works. It works, no problem. I done quilts with it. And I just unthreaded my machine too, so I gotta fix that one. Let me take a swallow. And I like sharing tips like that. I like sharing tips when you're ironing, when you're making quilt blocks. I press my seams open, and I'm telling everybody this is not mandated. This is not for to coerce somebody into doing this. But I explains that I press my seams open for a reason. The reason I press all of my seams open when I'm piecing quilt blocks is when you go to quilt that quilt on a domestic sewing machine, and I make it a point and I point it out, domestic sewing machine, it makes it a lot easier to get through those corners, those joints where it comes together. It makes it a lot easier. Some quilters will express and tell you, if I'm going to be quilting your quilt for you, press your seams open, because it's a bulkness will get in between there, and your feet, whether you ruler quilting or just got the hoppy foot on, you know, a lot of time the hoppy foot would just hop right on over and keep on going, but then you got a long skip stitch in your quilt. If you don't want that, and if you want to avoid that, press your seams open. A lot of people press them to the side, and that's cool, because when you press them to the side, then you got to make sure that you lining up the ultimate piece with the seam pressed to the opposite side. Now, if you good at doing that and it's worked perfect for you, continue to do so. But those that do not know how to do that, press your seams open. And I stress that, press them seams open. And I even go so far as to starching my seams open. When they starch down like that, they ain't going nowhere. Um, okay, I read that. Eric said, oh my gosh, how could this happen? I have this exact problem. I brought the thing to fix it. They don't fix, and then all of a sudden you start talking about this. I believe God. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I'm glad you believe. Eric said, God made me stop because you just gave me the secret to the big corner thread. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I was able to help you. I recently purchased me a lot of thread and stuff, but I ain't been able to sew like I thought I was gonna sew. Under this orange cover back here is my Unique on a cutie frame. I thought I was gonna get a bunch of my quilt tops sewn up that I was gonna share with y'all today. And I really didn't get a chance to share all of it with y'all because I've been making pillows. Y'all might can see some of this stuff. No. Okay, let me show y'all. I got a pile of stuff from my basement. This is my storage area. But here you go. A sneak peek, a small little peek. See the pillows and the quilts? I have pillows and stuff stacked up. That's a cathedral window pillow. I have that quilt to do that I have covering my quilting machine. And I have more pillows and stuff, and I'm still making pillows, and I have a bunch of scrunchies and stuff I got made that's in storage right now. And seem like the more I take out, the more I just keep making and sewing. So I've been talking with the Lord on that, and I know that I'm put in place to bless somebody else. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna have to bless somebody else with something, something that I'm not selling. Um, yeah, I already understand it, and I'm waiting on him. The clue is you have to be patient, no matter how long it seems like the time is drugged out and you crawling like a snail and you're still waiting. You still have to be patient and wait on the Lord. And when He's ready for you to move, He will speak to you. He will give you a dream. He will give it to you. You will have no uncertainty that He is speaking to you. And I'm just waiting on him now. Oh, but I did have one more top I put together, y'all. Let me show y'all this. I got stuff that I be working on. I find fabric on sale. I get deals. This gonna be one of my next projects next. This gonna be a queen size Stiller's quilt. I'm gonna quilt it up with one of the more easier free motion simple designs, I guess. I'm not sure, I haven't picked it out yet, but this will be the next one. And I love the colors in it, and I'm kind of gonna be on a streak doing footballer quilts. I'm gonna be doing footballer quilts, and I really, 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 really love this. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me going. Even when I'm feeling bad or sick, I can still, come to my basement and do a little sewing. It really bothers me and irritates me when I can't sew at all. When I'm sick, oh, wait a minute here. It bothers me when I just can't do it at all. And if anybody kind of sick a little bit and going through something, they really know what I'm talking about and they understand what I'm saying. Since I came on this side, y'all, I found my marking tool. This is the, I almost fall again. I gotta be careful here. This is the marking tool I want to share with y'all. And I know a lot of people have seen this little marking tool here. Let me, before I go into details, let me check my messages. I can't see from that far. I do apologize. Eric said, okay, I read that. This little marking pencil here, can you see that edge on there? It have like a little blue edge, right? And it is real good. It works fine. But this one here, you throw it in a washer and it washes out. Water soluble. And I always put them in my cup upside down because if there's any moisture in here, I don't want it to go to the tip and dry on out. So I turn it upside down, which this tip may help someone. Turn it upside down. Even your markers you use, I turn them upside down. When I'm ready to use it, I will turn it up like this and let it sit a few minutes, and then I'll go ahead and use it. But when I'm storing it to make it last a little longer, I turn it upside down. And I keep them in my cup on side of my machine here that I got to pick up everything and re-put them in here. Kind of tidy up behind myself. But yes, I'm going to be doing a lot of footballer quilts. I'm doing the pillars. And I'm partially on the Steelers because I just love their team colors and stuff. I just love it, and I want one for myself. But I've met a lot of people that want these kind of quilts like this. And I have ran into a lot of people that want quilts made with things like this. Now, I also been thinking about doing a quilt like this for myself, but I wanted to do it as a family heirloom quilt where I take photos of family members in the family as well as their name, put their photo and their name on the bottom, and put it into a quilt block. And let it continue to grow. As family break off and form their own families, that go into a different album. And that gonna require a lot of sewing and a lot of work, y'all. And y'all know with this back of mine and with this shoulder, I don't know if I have to have surgery or what, but I plan to do it. I plan to get it done because I look at life. It's not promised to us. We didn't come here to stay forever. I mean, understanding that and knowing that I have to get my work done. I have to get it taken care of and get it done. And I'm just ready to go jump in and do it. Each one of my children, I have 3 daughters. Each one of them, they have their families. I want to do them a quilt. If it's going to be their family heirloom quilt, it's going to be mama, daddy, baby, whoever on there. That's the family. That will be for them to keep. And remember, I made it for them. A lot of times, memories what keep you going and keep you smiling, even a time of depression. Keep pushing forward and keep trusting in Jesus. Don't never let nobody, no spirit, no soul, no anybody, no animal, no bear, no tiger, let nobody talk you out of trusting in Jesus, because Jesus is who we have. Jesus is who make the way, who paved the way. He is who paid the price. Who paid the price to redeem us back to the Father. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all, my battery is about to crash on me, and I'm gonna have to end this video so it won't just cut off. I want to let y'all know, if you don't believe in God, Jesus, that's your preference and that's your choice, but I'm gonna be the one to tell you that God is real and Jesus is real. If he can speak to me and talk to me and I hear his voice and I know his voice when he talking to me, you can have the same because he offered it to all of us and it's free. No charge. No charge. No charge. And the reason I know is because I tried him. I tried him. And I tell everybody I have testimonies after testimonies what he have done for me. His scriptures is true. And I'm not trying to offend anyone, but I wanted to let you know that I'm doing my part by telling you that it is true. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out before my phone just go dead. And I thank each and every one of y'all for joining me for the little sewing and show and tell session today. And I'm going to say God bless each and every one of y'all. And I pray y'all come back and join me when I'm live again. I normally go live every Tuesday by 1 o'clock. Sometimes I be running a little late and I try not to miss it unless I'm very, very sick. Then I will post something saying that I'm very, very sick. So if you don't see anything from me, just check the community page. I thank you all very much. I love each and every one of y'all. God bless you. I'm going to say bye now. If these messages let me... Okay. Bye.